Bogmother Way Shrine. Oh, Mudcrabs, here we go. There we go. Alright, cool. Let's see, is Bogmother over here? Stormhold is over here.
No, like amorphous skill.
I don't think so. You'd have to like reset your talents and stuff.
Oof. I like the way this does damage. Increases damage and gains a new effect depending on your staff type. Let's see, the storm is cast above you instead and follows you wherever you move.
That one's awesome. That sounds great.
But that's not how I use my spell. The spell is when I use the bee. Is when I do all that
The drag
damage.
won't remain calm at this rate.
Spamming that, 'cause I put everything towards that. If I change that, I don't know what it's gonna look like.
Why carry on?
Treeminder Raleetal.
The dreg have become unsettled since the Dominion arrived.
The Dominion is here?
Yes, they set up camp not far from here, and have been attacking the dreg, goading them into a frenzy. It won't be long before they learn of Bogmother's holy relics.
What relics?
Those sacred stones help calm the dreg, if the Dominion takes them. Gerent Saervild Steelwind and his son Njorlund came to protect the bog. Please speak with Saervild. His camp's beside the main road. Maybe he'll have some advice.
I'll talk to Saervild.
So bring on the storm is more for PvP. The other one's for PvP.
Gotcha.
Watch yourself. This area is dangerous even when there aren't enemy soldiers prowling around.
Treeminder Raleetal said the Dominion is here. Do the Vice Cannons know?
Maybe. Rondar sent me to this festering sewer
That's
to
perfect.
get Argonian relics. Something about turning the tide of the war. The Dominion's likely here for the same reason.
How can I help?
You want to help? Bring me the relics. We can't let the Dominion get their hands on them. Take care of this for me, and you'll be rewarded from Vice Cannon Rondar's own purse.
I'll get them for you.
Good. You'll find them in the small reliquaries scattered around the
That's
area.
for my ultimate.
If you see my Lackwit son Njorlund in the bog, tell him to get back to
How do I
camp.
do that?
Once we have the relics, we'll be moving on.
What can you tell me about the relics?
Yeah, they don't look like much. Little Argonian carvings. I have no idea why they're so important. You'll find them inside 4 reliquaries, near the stone altars in the swamp.
Why don't you collect them yourself?
My son and I were delayed on the road. A Pact scout should be here any minute to take the relics back to Stormhold. If I'm not here, he'll raise an alarm that would wake dead Isgramor. I sent my boy to get them, but he's worthless.
What's your son's name?
Champion point.
Njorlund. Boy couldn't find his own arse with a clairvoyance spell. Takes after his whoring mother.
Damn.
Enough talk. When you find the relics, bring them here.
Okay. Let's see, how much do I have? 24 out of 25, damn. What's this? 9 commands of the 8 divines. By the intercession of Saint Alicia, you may be so filled with grace and strength. Let me see. strength and wisdom that come from grace, that through these teachings you may come to the true meaning of the 8 divines and their glories, to convey to man's mind all the manifold subtleties of truth and virtue may not be done, or all the sea's ink and all the skies the parchment upon which their wisdoms were writ. Yet Akatosh in his wisdom, knowing how impatient is man and how loath he is to travel upon the hard roads of truth, has allowed these 9 simple commands to be made manifest with powerful clarity and concise definition. Stendarr says, "Be kind and generous to the people of Tamriel, protect the weak, heal the sick, and give to the needy." Arcay says, "Honor the earth, its creatures, and the spirits, living and dead. Guard and tend to the bounties of the mortal world, and do not profane the spirits of the dead." Mara says, "Live soberly and peacefully, honor your parents, and preserve the peace and security of home and family." Zenithar says, "Work hard and you will be rewarded. Spend wisely and you will be comfortable. Never steal or you will be punished." Kinnereth says, "Use nature's gifts wisely, respect her power, and fear her fury." Dibella says, "Open your hearts to the noble secrets of art and love, treasure the gifts of friendship, seek joy and inspiration in the mysteries of love." Giuliano says, "Know the truth, observe the law, when in doubt, seek wisdom from the wise." Akatosh says, "Serve and obey your emperor, study the covenants, worship the 8, do your duty, and heed the commands of the saints and priests. The 8 say, above all else, be good to one another." If only each man might look into the mirror of these commands and see reflected there the bliss that might unfold them. Were he to serve in strict obedience to those commands, he would be cast down and made contrite and humble. The obedient man may come to the altars of the 8 and be blessed, and may receive the comfort and healing of the 8, and may give thanks for his manifold blessings. Heedless, the wicked man turns away, and forsaking the simple wisdoms granted to him by the all-wise and all-knowing 8. He lives in sin and ignorance all the days of his life. He bears the awful burden of his crimes, and before men and God his wickedness is known, and neither blessing nor comfort may he expect from the altars and shrines of the 8. Yet the wicked and foolish are not doomed, for in their infinite mercies the 8 have said, "Repent and do good works, and the fountains of grace shall once more spill forth upon you. Repent your crimes, tender unto the emperor the fines of gold, that they may be used to spread the faith and its benefit to all men. Do yourself good works, redeem your infamy by shining deeds, show to all men in the 8 the good fame of the righteous man, and you may once again approach the altars and shrines of the chapel to receive the comfort and blessings of the 8.
What does it mean, status effect? Does that mean like they're burning?
The main status effect? What do you mean?
Like there's this point says, whenever you kill an enemy under the effect of a status effect, they violently explode for 2,000 Oblivion damage.
Yeah, it's like it could be burning, it could be poison, stuff like that. Freezing, lightning. Like anything that does damage over time, I think, pretty much. There's a sky shard over here. Camp Silken Snare. the hell?
What are you doing?
What the hell?
Are you insane? Don't you know what taking those relics will do to the Dreg?
Your father told me to collect them.
What? Our orders were to protect the reliquaries. Removing the relics is the worst thing you could do. This is a disaster!
He said you went to collect them, but you never came back.
Removing the relics will enrage the Dreg. The tree minders will lose control over them.
Should I put them back?
It's not that simple. There's a whole ritual to perform. The tree minders must first calm the Dreg, and then return the relics to their containers. But my father knows this. He knows the relics can't be disturbed. This is madness!
What can we do?
We must warn the tree minders. Take the relics to Tree Minder Raleetal. Her camp is near the ruins. She'll know what to do. I'll go back to the camp and speak to my father. There must be a logical explanation for this.
I'll go to the tree miners camp. They are angry now.
I'm at 38.
My father wasn't at our camp. Wait, where are Tree Minder Raleetal and the others? A tree minder never leaves a fire untended.
Did you see that on the
They were already
ESO
gone when I
store?
arrived.
Even if Tree Minder
See on the
Raleetal
ESO
was called
store,
away, one of the other
giant,
tree minders should have
Iron
stayed to
astronaut
tend the
that you can get
fire.
into your
My
home.
father would sooner lose an arm than disobey orders.
So expensive.
I smell treachery. I'll wager this is some twisted Dominion plot.
How can I help?
Give the relics to me. You've done enough damage for one day. Forgive me. I've no right to blame you. You were only following my father's orders. You can trust me. The relics will be safe with me until we locate Tree Minder Raleetal and the others.
Where should we look?
The Dreg may have taken them. They've been driven insane with bloodlust. Dreg bury their captured prey alive, in piles of hardened mud. We must find them before they suffocate.
Damn. I'll search for Tree Minder Raleetal and the others.
We should separate to cover more ground. If you find them, bring them back to this camp. Make haste!
Okay. Oh, whoa. That person's dead. What the hell was that? Too deep. Nope. Alright, relax. Damn, man. Another one. Tree Minder Vista Jush.
Freed at last. Not safe here. Come, my camp is at the ruins.
The Pig Children. Nice. No one. Not the oldest dark elf of Mount Dagoth or the ancient sage of solitude himself can recall a time when the orc did not ravage our fair Tamriel. Whatever foul and pestilent Daedra of Oblivion conjured them up could scarcely have created a more constant threat to the well-being of the civilized races of Tamriel than the obnoxious orc. Orcs are thankfully easy to recognize from other humanoids by their size, commonly 40 per-tans in height and 15,000 engades in weight. Their brutal pig-like features and their stench, they are consistently belligerent, morally grotesque, intellectually moronic, and unclean. By all rights, the civilized races of Tamriel should have been able to purge the land of their blight eras ago. But their ferocity, animal cunning, and curious tribal loyalty have made them inevitable as leeches in a stagnant pool. Tales of orcish barbarity precede written record. When Justiaga wrote of the order of Diagnas joining the armies of Daggerfall and the Sentinel to hold at bay the wicked orcs in their foul Orsinian fastness and burn aught in cleansing flame. In First Era 950, she assumed that any reader would be aware of the savagery of the orcs. When the siege was completed 30 years later, after the death of many heroes including Gaiden Shinji and the destruction of Orsinium scattered the orcish survivors throughout the Rothgarian mountains, she further wrote. The free peoples rejoiced for that their ancient fell enemy was dispersed into diverse parts. Obviously, the orcs have been terrorizing the region of the Iliac Bay at least since the early years of the First Era. Let's see what we got here. 3 out of 16, damn, there's 16 sky shards in here? A lot of stuff left. I mean that. Oh no.
As mud is my mother. Njorlund breathes no more. Sithis has called him back to chaos.
He was alive when I left him.
Look at the blade. That's Saervild's weapon. What could drive a father to such madness that he would murder his own hatchling?
Saervild asked me to collect the relics.
Then Saervild has betrayed us all. Perhaps he has been taken by some madness. Or perhaps he is in league with our enemies. Balance must be restored. Where are the relics now?
I gave the relics to Njorlund Steelwind.
Yet here is his body, and the relics are nowhere to be found. If Saervild was an agent of the Dominion, the relics could already be in our enemies' hands. In time, they will discover how to use them to control the Dreg.
Where could Saervild take the relics?
The Dominion camp, at Bog's Edge. I'm no warrior, but there is something I can do. A ritual that might serve as a diversion. I'll need something from their camp. Something laden with their scent. Can you do this?
I'll find something at the Dominion camp.
When you have the item, bring it to the reliquary within these ruins. I'll prepare myself for the ritual and meet you there.
Treeminder's Journal. Something strange happened to the Dreg today. They've become hostile, so I asked Gerent Saervild Steelwind to help me determine the cause. I asked if anyone has disturbed our reliquaries, but he assures me the relics are safe. Gerent Saervild Steelwind and I will set out to investigate what caused this sudden change in their behavior.